and welcome back. You are once again watching the Bacchus Offgamenet Starleague round of 8. Just previously we have now seen Boxer versus Beast and Fantasy versus Higher, and that will lead us into our third game here, which is between SK Telecom T1's GoRush, a very famous Zerg player. Of course, this is the namesake of GoRush, having a lot to prove, of course, against Oz's, once again Oz, coming out from the final matches, very powerful Oz so far. I did actually win the SCPL preseason, and that's going to be Perfectman. So this game could go either way. GoRush did actually take the first game yesterday against Perfectman in a very dominating win. So of course from here, Perfectman does have to prove himself, does have to bring himself back in the game. Being down 0-1 against an opponent like GoRush is somewhat of a daunting prospect in individual league, and GoRush with his previous victory under his belt will go in with more confidence, so that will be very beneficial for him. And of course we're going to move into the game as quick as we can. As you can see from the profiles, we of course do have GoRush, the SK Telecom T1 player, and as I mentioned before, one of the most famous Zerg players of all time. Actually 2-0 versus Protoss in OSL and SCPL so far, so GoRush is showing that his versus Protoss is nothing to be laughed at. He is showing quite dominating performances so far against Protoss, so Perfectman does have his work cut out for him here. And Perfectman against Zerg, of course, once again, he's not doing terribly either. He's 1-for-1, 50% win rate, and he did also fight his way out of his group, so he is in a position where he can actually sorry, 1 second. Yeah, Perfectman has been known so far to actually claw his way out from a position that maybe not so favourable, and this will give him a little bit of an edge coming into this game. He is of course behind 1-0, so he'll need to put in the work here to go forward and hopefully bring the game to the third set and possibly even win. So of course there's no other way to prove it than to get into the game, so I'll just play the intro and we'll get going. And here we have it. Both the players are once again in their static forms, very ready. This is the second game of the third set of today. You do have GoRush here on the left and Perfectman on the right. This is the ZVP, and let's get going. As you can see up here in the top right position, 2 o'clock, we do have Oz's Perfectman, our Protoss for this game. And down here in the bottom left position, coming off of his first set win against Perfectman, 1-0 up, is our current set leader, our Zerg SK Telecom T1's GoRush. Of course, this is a best of 3, so there are a lot of mentality things that can happen in series, of course. The victor of the first game will have a little bit of extra confidence going forward into the second game, and that can mean a lot in a set, especially a long set, and especially as you move forward into finals and whatnot. So if Perfectman, the player who's playing him, hasn't played in many tournaments, he may not be up to the pressure of dealing with playing from behind. But Perfectman so far showing that as he can claw his way out of a group, double elimination group from behind, is showing that he's not going to be a walkover here, and he's going to put up the best fight he can against GoRush. Looks like he's actually opting to add his forge here, so he will be doing either a cannon rush or a forge fast expand, and with 2 probes being sent out, he's double scouting. This could signify some form of cannon rush, or he could just be very scared of a 9 pull from GoRush, because of course GoRush so far in the 2 tournaments has actually shown to be a very, very aggressive player. In CVZ he does go 2 hatcheries on 1 base Mutalisk. He's done that twice now against 2 of his Zerg opponents, and he's not afraid of being aggressive, so Perfectman will have to do his best here. He may just be, yeah, it looks like he's just going to be safe here. He's going to add on his cannon, and yes, of course, I'm just checking. I just realised I am actually hosting the wrong game, so this is incredibly stupid. I did this game yesterday, so let me just re-host the correct replay. I thought this game looked similar. That is the most stupid thing I've done so far casting, so... Oh dear. I could just imagine if I was actually OGN right now, I would have teams of people shouting at me from behind the scenes for making such a stupid mistake. But yeah, I'm not going to waste any time, we're going to go straight back into the game. This is actually game 2 now, and everything I said previously does count, but of course this is actually on Aztec, not Gladiator. They already have played on Gladiator. Oh boy. But yeah, here we go. So in the north of your screen, in the 12 o'clock position, we do have SK Telecom T1's GoRush. Now having the confidence he just gained from playing Gladiator twice, and winning twice, in a very similar fashion both times, surprisingly, he will actually have a huge boost of confidence here going into the second game. And over here on the left side of your screen, in the 8 o'clock position, we will have Hwasing Oz's Perfectman leaving his group to get into the round of 8 from the final match, showing that he's no walkover. Will actually be playing from behind in this set, and it's now up to him to try and actually come back from this 1 set deficit. And GoRush, of course, as I mentioned just previously, is not actually going to be a walkover. He's going to do his best to actually outwit Perfectman here, most likely. He may go to be aggressive, or he may play defensive. It all depends on how this goes. It looks like Perfectman is going to play safe again with a Forge Fast Expand. Oh no, actually he's going Gateway first, so this could signify some aggression coming from Perfectman, which, judging from the previous game where Perfectman did go 1 Forge Expand as we just saw, or Forge Fast Expand I do believe the correct terminology is, Perfectman is actually going to find himself with a little bit of an advantage here, because GoRush looks like he wants to go hatchery first, and this probe is going to be incredibly annoying. He's not microing as well as he could be. GoRush actually having to pull back his drone due to the way probe and drone health works is going to move another drone out, but Perfectman on top of this is going to move his probe back ready to block, but this time without proper micro. GoRush is going to be able to get the hatchery. Oh, he nearly gets the hatchery down, but the probe is still blocking it. And an Overlord does scout the 2 gates. He does have his spawning pool building. He actually built it after he realised that he couldn't get the hatchery down, which is somewhat of a fortunate accident for him. And Perfectman actually blocking the hatchery has actually almost hindered his own victory here, because he could have had a very, very easy win with two Gateway Zealot against just a hatch first, but now the hatches, of course, after the links, which are now coming out, and this will all come down to micro now, of course. If Perfectman can get in the perfect position on the ramp here, it's going to be impossible for the Lynx to get out of GoRush's base. But it looks like GoRush isn't going to wait around for that to happen. He's going to move forward, and he's going to try and get a surround on this Zealot. GoRush not afraid to show his micro, and it looks like he's going to try and move down this ramp, which Perfectman is not opting to block. With 2 probes and a Zealot here, he's actually going to be able to hold off these Lynx for now, especially with this second Zealot coming in. One probe actually kills the Zergling, so hero probe there, and the Lynx from GoRush are actually going to move back. There are 2 Zealots of course out, and this is going to make it very difficult. Oh, there's 3 Zealots now, 3 Zealots and a probe. And pure Lings are going to find it very hard to deal with this. He's actually got some extra Lings there that he's not opted to micro very well. The Lings do move in, and they're not actually attacking. They did get a very nice surround, but they didn't choose to attack the Zealots. And that's actually going to give Perfectman a very strong position in this game. He has killed about 5 Zerglings, and this amount of Zerglings isn't enough to take out 4 Zealots on their own. It looks like GoRush is going to try and build a Sunken up here, but he's not going to have a very good time with this. He's going to pull some drones as well to try and help and just mine from the base to try and distract the Zealots. But good Zealot micro is actually keeping the Zerglings at bay, and the Zerglings are having to now stay back ever so slightly. The Zealots are still jostling for position. They're going to block the ramp now, and it looks like going to lair off of so few drones is GoRush opting to try and be a little bit more aggressive. But before he can do that, he does need to survive against this. The 5 Zealot, he actually cancels his lair, realizing that A, it's been scouted, and B, there's just too many Zealots in his base to deal with. He needs some money to buy Zerglings. And it looks like he's actually going to lose his main hatchery. All the Zerglings have gone down, and GG is called. GoRush does lose the first game in this set. 2 go down, 1-1. Perfectman showing with a very nice 2-gate expansion. You can fight your way back and take a game off someone, even blindly, without realizing what they're going to do. That was a very